there are lots and lots of initiatives going on within the country, internationally. So it really isn't an issue about effort. It's something around the thinking, whether we can get in some brains to think a little differently from what goes on. The idea is this: the brains that you have, the way in which you're trained is a little differently from the way in which people from health are trained. And so when you're presented with a problem, you have a slightly different way of looking at something than, say, I would. And that's what we want to harness.
Quickly go through what the project is all about. So this is a group of like-minded organizations who think there is potential in you. They think and believe, and we believe that there is potential here to come up with groundbreaking processes, products that can save our mothers and our newborns' lives. So the thinking was advised by about 3 years of programming and tried to develop innovative ideas, products that could save mothers' lives.
You will end up having conflict within the team. For me, on where I come from, conflict is okay, there's no problem. You should accept it, deal with it, and basically positively contribute. We need now to go out and gather data. So without data, we are pretty much having in the dark, which is called scientific mind, that's not good enough. So we've gone from brainstorming and stating our problem, and now we want to say, okay, we want to be part of the solution. Once you've done that, then we say you don't go immediately, but you have to go back and do alternatives. It's not good enough just to say we went through all this process, we came up with this solution. Is there another way we can solve this problem? So we go back, and that's what we're saying. Engineering is a design, it's an iterative process. You do something, you go back, you do something, you go back. It may be a bit tiring and not exciting, but then that is the way the process is. Unless you do that, you don't come up with what you call.
The oxygen supply to the current model of incubator is external, but we want to make it in a manner that with a certain incubator, whatever we are going to build, you actually do not need to have an external source of oxygen supply. To be portable, to provide to be ergonomic and to bring some elements of comfort, to be cheap, safe and efficient. We believe that if we can manage to achieve these 4 things, the incubator that we have plus the oxygen machine will actually be user-friendly, and it will not cause too much strain to the nurses who are going to use it.
We all know that the air we breathe in, 70% of it is nitrogen, and 21% oxygen. Okay, I'm sure most of you are asking what the air is. The top part is an incubator that has been divided and has 2 compartments. Yeah, that's the place where the babies are going to be sleeping and relaxing. Now the bottom part is where our accumulator is. You can see the 2 blue bottles, the green bottles, and the down part, apple chili. Yeah, the down part is what do you call it? Yeah, the motor and the condenser, compressor. Motor in the compressor, and that's where the air from the atmosphere is sucked into the system through a series of tubings, which presently we haven't been able.
Like even you see, like the neoprene, the texture of the, even that's what we're looking at when we're looking for substitutes. With the texture, it's like, let's say, for example, it's like my leather jacket. So like wiping it, even like a sanitizer or something, it's way easier.
And the nurses themselves report that they have, sometimes they're so overwhelmed with these cases that they have to switch using their judgment between patients that have these diseases.
Coupled with the fact that modern incubators are quite expensive, in our setting it would be quite difficult to say, let's buy more incubators. So our job here is to come up with something that is cheap, something that is effective, and something that will prevent vertical infection.
It's not for you, it's for the user. So the user needs to be very, very key.
Meanwhile, I like the way the conversation is going.
If you do not define your product properly, then it will fail to capture the market that you want to capture.
Infrastructure. Investing in innovation and infrastructure has been shown to cause an impact on economic growth and development.